So, folks, we're here with Teddy Friesenhahn. Teddy, thank you so much, man.
Yes.
So, you're a custom knife maker down in Seguin, Texas, and part of that South Texas knife cartel down there. We want to feature you guys and talk about your custom knives, what goes into making these, how long they take to make, and kind of your background in custom knife making. So, let's talk about this one right here first and foremost.
All right. So this is pretty much your standard trapper, but I changed the secondary blade to a
Kind of got a fat belly to it, not like belly. A nice Skinner blade.
Skinner blade.
And we're talking 154 cm on the blade steel.
CPM 154 blade and spring.
Nice.
416 integral boasters. I mill all my liners.
Wow. In-house, in your shop.
Yes.
That's fantastic.
So I'm a tool maker by trade. So
that makes sense then. Absolutely. I mean, it makes sense that you would gravitate towards this. So we're talking bone handles, jig bone handles. How long does it take to make a custom knife like this for you?
For me, probably about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't work on them every day.
Right.
In the afternoon.
Little by little.
Yeah.
Chip away at it.
So.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, and talk about what goes into it, because the fit and finish is really what sets this apart from the production knives that we see all the time.
A lot of hand fitting.
Yeah.
I mean,
putting together, pulling apart.
The machine only does so much.
Exactly. Exactly. And I mean, you've got to get those back springs just right, so that they fit flush when you're sitting at half stop and you're sitting at open and sitting at close. And a lot of people don't understand, when you want to get that completely flush, you're talking about thousandths of an inch. And thousandths can make a huge difference when it comes to that stuff. Now, let's talk about this pattern right here. This one is beautiful. We've got stag on the handles here, nice worn cliff blade. Tell us about this pattern a little bit.
It's, they call it a sway back jack. I like it. It's a different pattern. What I don't like about it is a lot of people turn it over the wrong way and try to close it.
Yep, because they're expecting this to be the sharpened edge right there. And so they put their hand.
Well, and this knife is shaped backwards to a traditional knife.
Yep. So if you don't look at it, if you're not paying attention to it, you'll end up taking it the wrong way. And that action, that's amazing right there. Now, your scroll work right here, that is beautiful.
Yes.
So what goes into making that back spring filed down like that? A lot of hand fitting, a lot of hand work.
It's all done by hand. It's done with a chainsaw file and a triangle file.
That is awesome.
Before heat treat, so you got to shape it to the knife before heat treat. Leave all your stock on the inside.
Because you're talking about the same steel that you're using for your blade, so you have to heat treat that back spring as well.
Yes.
That adds a whole nother level to it. How long have you been making custom knives?
Probably close to 30 years now.
And how long have you been making slip joints?
About 2 years now.
This is absolutely gorgeous. 2 years into it and making stuff like this. This is another bone handle trapper pattern right here. We're going to have a little less belly on this blade here on this one.
This is more traditional blade to it. They call this, it has several names, slimline, serpentine.
Oh yeah.
Depends on what you want to call it.
The most interesting one that you've got here, and I was not expecting this, is this hobo knife here. I don't think I've ever seen a custom hobo, but that thing is beautiful.
So this is a case pattern hobo knife, which fits together.
That is so cool. So it looks like
you can open the blade and use it as a knife.
Yep, and it looks like what you see as a trapper.
Yeah.
But then you see something a little bit different on that second blade there. That's going to be your fork, your bottle opener. You pull it apart, and you've got your eating implements right there. So And I mean, I was talking to Tobin about this, but like when you're out there driving cows, you gotta stir up a can of beans and heat something up over the fire while your cows are grazing. I mean, this is what you're gonna pull out and use. That is fantastic. So, is there any difference between one of these and this Hobo knife as far as how long it takes you to make, or how much goes into it? A little bit more difficult on something like this, and of course you got the jeweling here on this side.
The tricky part of this is to get it to lock in, because it locks in on this hook.
Oh.
Against this pin.
Okay. And that way it doesn't just come apart.
It doesn't come apart. You don't want rattling it.
And you don't want any blade and play.
Still have a clean seam. You still got to slide it back and forth.
That's amazing. That is absolutely beautiful work.
I met all of these guys at Johnny Stout's Hammer Inn.
Wow.
So I used to teach the mill class for Johnny over there.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I mean, and that's one thing we also want to make people aware of too, is this is a very tight-knit community.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the knife community is small in and of itself, and it's a great community for friendship and fellowship. But you guys in the custom knife community, it's an even tighter knit group that really means a lot to the industry, especially with the fit and finish and the work that you guys do. It's something that not a lot of people know how to do anymore, and it's real special. So thank you to you guys. Teddy, again, thank you for these knives, and we're excited to have them in our store now. Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Heck yeah, man.
Thank y'all.